Okay, so I want to talk about why gun bunch, offset, or gun bunch are always the meta. I've been playing competitive Madden for 5 or so years now. I've been a top 100 player ranked the entire time, and I've played and beaten the best players running gun bunch, and I've lost to them way more times than I can count as well. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into why bunch is the overwhelming meta, and the biggest thing that immediately always screams at me is that the game of Madden changes as the year goes on, especially in the most played game mode. Well, the most talked about game mode, which is Madden Ultimate Team, right? As new cards come out, as patches get released, as this and that happens, the game changes, right? We can all agree on that. From day one, almost every single year, Gun Bunch comes out with decent runs, almost always, right? There's a read option in it, there's an inside zone split, whatever, which are decent. And then it always has the best stock routes. And what do I mean by that? So when we're judging what like good stock routes are, typically it's like by uniqueness and by what areas of the field they hit, right? When we're on day one of Madden, or depending on what game mode you are right now, you can't get a good corner route on the field, right? You can't get a short corner and you can't get a deep corner unless you come with a play. You call a play that has that unique stock route. See what I'm saying here? Bunch always has short corners. It always has deep corners. Bunch always has really good post routes. Bunch has C routes. Bunch has wide receiver wheels. Bunch has tight end wheels. Bunch has stock crossers. Bunch has, I don't even know what else. The point that I'm making right here is that every single year, Bunch has the best routes in the game consistently. Stock. No need to do anything else. It's why as the year gets deeper, you get to see me run more and more off meta kind of nonsense. I'm running a lot of split offset right now because I can get these unique routes that only Bunch used to have, and I put them in that because now I have Howard Master and stuff like that. See what I'm saying? That is huge. A fun little story is that back in a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I made an NCAA channel where I played college football 14, believe it or not. And I just had fun doing it. It was cool. It was a good time. Type in Civ, CIV, NCAA if you want to see it. And I was going through the playbooks. And, something that isn't usually meta early on in the year, but becomes more and more meta as we get route chems, is the formation bunch tight end. And I was looking at bunch tight end in Madden, and I looked at it in NCAA 14. And bunch tight end in NCAA 14 had about 30 plays that were not in Madden that gave it very unique and different and new routes that just aren't in Madden. And what that did was it made bunch tight end in NCAA 14 way more usable. Do you see what I'm getting at here? The usability of something is huge, right? Just in pure route. If you don't have routes, you're just shooting yourself in the foot, right? Like you're making offense way harder than on yourself than it needs to be. Now that is just like the very scratching the surface of what makes bunch good. The next thing is that it's going to utilize two really big elements in offense of one compression and then also spread, because compression is always really, really good in Madden, but being spread also has its advantages. And in Bunch, we have an ISO side, right? That one wide receiver side that is all the way spread out to the sideline, give or take. And then we have a compressed side on the right, if you're calling the formation unflip. And what compression allows us to do is compression allows any three of those receivers to be on a corner route. Compression allows any three of those receivers to be on a drag that quickly crosses the field, to be on a crosser that quickly crosses the field, to be on a post that, again, quickly crosses the field, right? What's the most dangerous spot of the field that people always complain about getting hit on, that they can't defend, whatever? It's the area that corners attack and the area that crossers attack, right? People always, if it's not you, read comments, because people always, man, I can't defend these damn corner routes again, right? Like people always be saying that. And now in bunch, in any kind of compression, but we're talking about bunch here, we have three receivers who are all compressed, who can be on a nice crosser and could be on a corner route. It's harder in these spread sets to be able to do that because an outside wide receiver in gun spread who's on a crosser, he won't ever cross the field. The outside wide receiver on a drag will never cross the field. The outside wide receiver can't be on a corner route. In some formations, he'll have a C route, but even those usually aren't great, and they're not nearly as good, typically, as corner routes, right? So just from that alignment standpoint, we're going to do a good job. And the halfback being on the side of the ISO, it lets us do one of my favorite things in Madden, which is playing games. And what I mean by that is the ISO wide receiver can be on a comeback And now that halfback could be on a table route or a flat route, right? Creating a high low on that side while you run a basic flood on the other way, right? It's set up really nicely, just pure alignment wise, to be able to go up and be able to play games on one side while running full route combos on the other side, right? The next thing that really, really is frustrating with it, well, super small thing, is that you can flip to it. You can flip really fast. That's small. You can, flip to the left, flip to the right really fast. Trips tight end takes some time. That one's fast. The next thing though is that we talk about stock routes and unique routes and all that stuff. The stock plays in bunch are quite literally the best stock plays out of any formation. If you don't believe me, one of the best things you can do in Madden is quick snapping, right? Everyone know what quick snapping is? If you don't, essentially it's getting to the line of scrimmage, making one hot route and snapping. That's the fastest you can. It's you do it so the defense can't set up in time, right? There's a lot of advantages to it. Very annoying to play against, but very good to add to your game if you're not doing. To be able to to be able to quick snap effectively, you need plays that are already basically ready to go. And a lot of plays in Madden aren't. You have to make a lot of hot routes. In bunch, just thinking off the top of my head, I did not think about this before. Top of my head, we could run double post with two different setups immediately with just one hot route, right? We could run double post and streak the point wide receiver. We could run double post and drag the point wide receiver. And we could also run double post and streak the outside bunch wide receiver as well. That's another setup for it. So it's three quick snap plays just like that. Then we have gun bunch verticals. Same idea. We could just streak the halfback or we could just straight up snap the ball, right? That's two setups right there. So it's five quick snap plays we're talking about now. Now we could go to a play like, let's go Z spot or any of the plays with the corner route. Simply streak the outside bunch wide receiver, and we have a flood concept now, one of the best things you could possibly do in the game. And just like that, dude, we have six different, just top of my head, mind you, not thinking too much about it. Not that smart of a guy. Have not thought that fast. We have six different quick snap plays that we can call just from bunch. So now we're combining things on top of each other. And mind you, there's still more, right? We have the best unique routes. We have the best quick snap plays. We have really good alignment just naturally that attacks, that gives us the ability to attack the parts of the field that we want to attack. We have decent runs, not the best, but definitely not bad by any means. There's definitely some formations with some terrible runs, aka U-trips or gun trips, tight end, gun trips. Wow, I can't believe gun trips offset. That is so not right. Gun trips, tight end offset. What is U-trips called? Gun Y off trips. Gun Y off trips week is what it's called. Dang, I was really just dropping the ball on what U-trips is called. Nonetheless, forgive me, please forgive me, D Croft. But another thing, there's more, of course, of why bunch is really good, is that the most ideal blocking in Madden is you're able to block one guy to the left and one guy to the right. Why do you want to do that? In case they send edge pressure off the right or edge pressure off the left, and it gives you advantage to send your halfback out, block your tight end. Send your tight end out, block your halfback. A lot of very, very basic blocking availability you have, right? In trips tight end, if you want to block somebody on the left side, guess what you have to do? You have to motion somebody. Bunch? No, just block the halfback or block the tight end if you're right. See what I'm saying? This can allow you to be able to have the best blitz pickups you could possibly have. Okay? So we have that built into the formation as well. Just boom, just like that. Now, a huge disadvantage that bunch has, and this is just being on the butt, and it does kill it some years. It really does kill bunch some years, is that bunch historically and typically doesn't have very good play action. That's the one thing that bunch is completely lacking consistently. PA post sucks. PA read is an okay play, but the play action itself actually sucks. And those are pretty much it, I want to say. That's really the only thing it lacks. The other thing that comes with bunch as well, for some reason, this is something that I hate, is that bunch consistently is in great playbooks, right? We look at this year, the gun bunch offset is in the Eagles playbook. Eagles also has probably the best formation this past year, which is bunch strong. Okay, so there's that. So bunch, the best bunch and best bunch strong are right next to each other. Then it has a bunch of trips tight end formations right next to that. That like it's oh my gosh, it's whirlpool stuff, right? And this is consistent year after year after year. That's why in NCAA, I imagine bunch is going to be really good. Will it be the overwhelming meta? Maybe not, but it'll definitely be really good and definitely very, very high powered, right? So if you enjoyed this video, consider the subscribe button. It's free. It helps me out as a creator. It helps this channel out a ton. If you want to learn the best offenses and the best defenses and just win more games in Madden, have more fun playing Madden, use code NEWDEFENSE30 and my website, civil.gg. The link to that is on top of my description. 97.2% of members say they have one more game since joining, and you get full access to everything, a bunch of different schemes, a bunch of different awesome stuff over there. I put all of my time and effort outside of making these videos and in making that site the best it can be. All right, so hope to see you over there, and hope to see you in the next video.